Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace a side mirror on a Ford F-150. So first, you're going to want to take off 2 bolts, one right here on the left side of the door and one right on the right side. You're going to want 6mm bolts. Okay, once those 2 are gone, you're going to want to get a flathead and go to your door panel. And there's going to be a small hole where you stick it into and open it just like that. You're just going to want to take it out. After that, you're going to want to take out those 2 bolts. And for those, I'm going to be using an 8mm socket. What you're going to want to do after both of those bolts come out is you're going to want to take another flathead screwdriver. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, another flathead screwdriver. And jab it in there and just kind of pry this thing out. So after you pull the handle out, which mine is really dirty, okay, just ignore that. You're gonna want to take another flathead screwdriver, stick it in this line right here, and pop this cap off. So like I said, another flathead screwdriver, jab it in here. Just kind of want to twist it. Which for this one I use a small one, but if you want to use the big one, you can too. That's the one I originally used, actually. And you just want to pop that off there real quick. Alright, now before you guys start freaking out like I just did, on the passenger side, over there, there's only 2 cables connected to this thing. But on this side, there's actually 4. A kind of blackish gray one, a blue one, a green one, and then the white one. You're going to have to disconnect all of these, take this off, but when you reconnect them all, you're going to just connect them back to where they were. When you're pulling these off, it's going to have a little thing that you can push down, and you want to push that down before actually unplugging it. It'll have it on all of them. You're going to want to get that bolt back there, which is going to be an 8mm bolt. So once you got all these disconnected, and this is free like this, you're going to want to pry the speaker panel open. So now I'm going to pry open this. Stick that in there, which the big one might be a little too big, so I'm going to use a small one. Yep, there we go. And it's just little clips. No need to be too careful with it, but I'm not saying be too aggressive either. And they should pop off just like that. Next thing we're going to remove is the speaker. The speaker does have 4 bolts, one right here, one right here, one up here, and one up here. My video didn't save of actually unscrewing the 4 bolts, but after you do that, you're just going to want to pull it out of where it's tucked in. And once you pull it out, it's going to have a little plug-in right here that you're just going to want to pull out. Okay, so after you got the speaker out, just set it to the side. I set it down on the speaker side, not on this side. I'm not sure how that works, but I'm assuming it's not good if you just set it down on that side. So set it down on the speaker side, just on your seat. After you do that, you're going to want to tuck this wire in here real quick. You're going to want to take off this black part right here. You just take a flathead, stick it on the corner real quick. Just take that off real quick. You know, it'll have like a yellow layer down there that is actually used to stick on there. So I just leave that on there. So when you put it back on, it will just re-stick. And when you put the speaker back on there, it'll stick on there nicely. Okay, so after you take off this little black thing, you're gonna want to take off these 2 bottom yellow bolts, which normally you would want to get a double, like, I don't really know what they're called, but it's like a double thing that you can stick behind here and pull it out, pry it out nicely. I don't have one of those yet, so I'm using one of these pincers. Just stick it on the sides and just pull it out. It will not lie. There we go. And you want to pull it out just like that, and you want to do it for both. Once you're done with all that, your door, or at least the inside of your door, is not ready to pop off. You're just going to want to grab onto it firmly from wherever you feel most comfortable. I like grabbing the handle and where the speaker used to be, and just lifting upward, and the door should come As you're taking it off, I do want to say that this, you want to push it through the door as the door is actually coming off. The wires will just kind of go through on their own, but this you do want to kind of push through. And your whole door is now off. Okay, so once your door frame is off, you're gonna see all this wiring. Don't let it freak you out. What you're gonna be focusing on is up here, which is gonna have 1, 2, and 3 bolts. Those 3 bolts, at least for me, are gonna be 11mm bolts. You're just gonna want to take those out and make sure you unplug this. The first time I did it, I ended up cutting a hole through this plastic right here to take it out and plug it into my new mirror. But this side, from the looks of it, is actually open a little bit. I'm not going to advise you to cut a hole in there or anything, because I'm pretty sure this is supposed to protect it from water. Whatever way to do it, just make sure to be careful. I'm going to do that. I'll meet you in a second. Oh, you know what I'm going to try to do actually? I'm going to get the pinzas and try to get out of there that way. Whoo, worked like a dream. Look at that. Oh, that's way easier than my passenger side. Okay, before we move on, this one is going to be the same as the other connectors. It's going to have this little button that you push down right here. You just kind of push down, it'll come right out. Okay, so sadly I lost old footage, but you're just going to want to take out this mirror, which you're just going to pull it out of where your mirror originally was. And once you pull it out, you're going to want to put in your new one. And this is going to be 3 bolts, one up here, one down here, and one on the other side. Just going to line it up with 3 big holes, stick it in there. So you can either screw in these 3 bolts or connect this wire first, whichever one you want to do first. Oh, and one more thing. You want to make sure your mirror, because I have a little joystick right here to control both sides of my mirrors. That one too. You can see it. Yeah, there you go. You just want to make sure everything works. Okay, so here's mirror number 1. Woo! Clean. And here's the mirror that I installed yesterday. Here's a further shot. Look, it's so clean. LED lights, can't really see them because they won't turn on. I'm kind of sad about that, but it's probably because it's so bright out. Which, by the way, beautiful day. If you guys want to see a tutorial on changing the lights, I will gladly do that. I'm kind of planning on ordering some brighter ones, even though since my truck is lifted, I already blind people. So maybe not, but if you guys want to see that, I might just take it apart just to show you guys how to do it. Or maybe next time I change my lights. But if I don't do that soon, I'm probably going to replace this soon. That one kind of... Yeah, I might explain that in a story time or something, I don't know. But I'm planning to replace all 4 fenders, so I can't really only order one, sadly. So that might be my next video.